Traffic lights. They are such a ubiquitous part of our urban landscape that we often take them for granted. These silent sentinels stand at every corner, guiding us through the hustle and bustle of city life. They are the unsung heroes of our daily commutes, ensuring that we reach our destinations safely and efficiently. Yet, these unassuming fixtures play a crucial role in orchestrating the complex ballet of vehicles and pedestrians that unfolds on our streets every day. Without them, the harmony of urban life would be disrupted, leading to confusion and chaos. Imagine a world without traffic lights, a chaotic jumble of cars, buses and pedestrians, each vying for space and right of way. The streets would be a battleground, with each participant trying to assert dominance, leading to accidents and gridlock. It's a recipe for gridlock and disaster. The absence of traffic lights would turn our cities into a maze of confusion, where the simple act of crossing the street could become a perilous endeavour. Traffic lights, with their simple yet effective system of red, yellow and green, bring order to the chaos, ensuring the smooth and safe flow of traffic. They are the conductors of the urban symphony, directing the movements of countless vehicles and pedestrians with precision and reliability. But have you ever stopped to wonder where these indispensable devices came from? The story of traffic lights is a tale of innovation and necessity, born out of the need to bring order to the growing complexity of urban life. How did the world's first traffic light come to be? It all began in the bustling streets of 19th century London, where the first traffic light was installed to manage the increasing flow of horse-drawn carriages and pedestrians. And what does the future hold for these guardians of our streets? As technology advances, traffic lights are evolving into sophisticated systems, equipped with sensors and artificial intelligence, capable of adapting to real-time traffic conditions. In this essay, we'll delve into the fascinating history of traffic lights. From their humble beginnings in 19th century London to the sophisticated smart traffic systems of today. We'll trace their evolution, exploring the milestones and innovations that have shaped their development. We'll explore the evolution of these devices, the challenges they've faced, and the remarkable impact they've had on our cities and our lives. From the early mechanical signals to the modern digital systems, traffic lights have continuously adapted to meet the demands of an ever-changing urban landscape. Join us on a journey through time as we unravel the story of the traffic light, a story of innovation, adaptation, and the enduring quest for safer, more efficient urban mobility. Discover how these guardians of our streets have not only shaped our cities but also our way of life, ensuring that we move forward safely and smoothly every single day. The story of the traffic light begins not with electricity or computers, but with gas lamps and a railway engineer's ingenuity. It's a tale that takes us back to a time when the world was on the cusp of modernity, yet still deeply rooted in the age of steam and gas. In the bustling metropolis of Victorian London, a pressing need arose to manage the increasing congestion of horse-drawn carriages and pedestrians, particularly near the Houses of Parliament. The streets were chaotic, with no formal system to regulate the flow of traffic, leading to frequent accidents and delays. The city was growing rapidly, and with it the complexity of its transportation needs. Enter John Peake Knight, a railway signalling engineer who drew inspiration from the semaphore systems used on railroads to create the world's first traffic signal in 1868. Knight was a visionary, seeing the potential to adapt railway technology to solve urban problems. His background in railway signalling gave him a unique perspective on how to control the movement of vehicles and pedestrians in a busy city environment. This pioneering device, installed at the intersection of Bridge Street, Great George Street and Parliament Street, was a far cry from the traffic lights we know today. It was a bold experiment, an attempt to bring order to the chaos of London's streets. The location was chosen for its high traffic volume and proximity to important government buildings, making it a critical test case for this new technology. It consisted of a tall post with two semaphore arms that pivoted to indicate stop and caution for traffic. These arms were manually operated by a police constable who would change their position based on the flow of traffic. The design was simple yet effective, borrowing heavily from the railway signals that Knight was so familiar with. At night, red and green gas lamps controlled by a police constable, augmented the signals. These lamps were intended to be visible in the dark, providing a clear indication to drivers and pedestrians. The use of gas lamps was a practical solution, as electric lighting was not yet widespread. The constable's role was crucial, as he had to ensure the lamps were lit and functioning correctly. While innovative for its time, this early traffic light had a tragically short lifespan. Despite its potential, the technology was still in its infancy, and there were many challenges to overcome. The concept was sound, but the execution was fraught with difficulties, not least of which was the reliance on gas lamps, which were prone to leaks and malfunctions. Just a few weeks after its installation, a gas leak caused an explosion, injuring the police constable operating it. This incident highlighted the dangers of using gas lamps in such a critical application. The explosion was a significant setback, casting doubt on the viability of traffic signals and leading to a re-evaluation of the technology. This unfortunate incident led to the removal of the signal, and it would be several decades before the idea of a traffic control device gained traction again. The concept, however, was not forgotten. It laid the groundwork for future innovations, as engineers and city planners continued to seek solutions to the growing problem of urban traffic management. The lessons learned from Knight's experiment would eventually pave the way for the modern traffic lights we rely on today. Fast forward to the early 20th century, and the world was rapidly changing. Cities were growing, and with them, the number of vehicles on the roads was increasing exponentially. The automobile was quickly replacing the horse-drawn carriage, leading to a new era of traffic congestion and safety concerns. Streets that were once quiet and manageable became chaotic and dangerous, with accidents becoming a common occurrence. This time, the call for a solution came from Cleveland, Ohio, a city experiencing a surge in car ownership. The bustling streets of Cleveland were a testament to the rapid urbanization and the pressing need for a better traffic management system. In 1914, James Hogue, a police officer troubled by the increasing number of accidents at a particularly busy intersection, devised a new type of traffic signal. Hogue was determined to find a way to reduce the chaos and make the streets safer for both drivers and pedestrians. Unlike its gas-powered predecessor, Hogue's invention was electric, utilizing red and green lights to control the flow of traffic. This innovation was a significant leap forward, as it provided a more reliable and visible means of directing traffic. This revolutionary device, installed at the corner of Euclid Avenue and East 105th Street, marked a pivotal moment in the history of traffic control. The installation of this electric traffic light was a bold experiment, one that would set the stage for future developments in traffic management. It was the first electric traffic light, paving the way for the modern traffic signals we rely on today. This invention not only improved traffic flow but also significantly reduced the number of accidents at intersections. However, Hogue's traffic light still lacked one crucial element: a warning signal to alert drivers of an impending change in traffic flow. This missing component meant that drivers had to rely solely on the red and green lights, which could sometimes lead to abrupt stops and potential collisions. This oversight would soon be addressed by another innovative mind, further refining the traffic light into the familiar three-color system we know today. The addition of the yellow light provided a much-needed warning, allowing drivers to prepare for a change in the signal and thus enhancing overall traffic safety. This three-color system has since become a universal standard, guiding millions of drivers safely through intersections around the world. Section 4. Detroit's Golden Beacon, adding caution to the mix. While Cleveland can lay claim to the first electric traffic light, it was Detroit, Michigan, that introduced a pivotal element to the design, the amber or yellow light. In 1920, William Potts, a police officer in Detroit, recognized the need for a cautionary signal to bridge the gap between stop and go. He added a third amber light to the existing red and green signals, creating the first three-color traffic light. This innovation, implemented at the intersection of Woodward Avenue and Michigan Avenue, significantly enhanced traffic safety by providing drivers with a visual cue to slow down and prepare to stop. The addition of the yellow light was a game changer. It addressed a critical safety concern and paved the way for the standardization of the red, yellow, green color sequence that is now universally recognized and employed in traffic signals around the world. Section 5, a global symphony of lights, traffic control around the world. With the invention of the three-color traffic light, a new era of traffic management dawned. The concept quickly gained traction, spreading from its American roots to cities across the globe. By the mid-20th century, traffic lights had become an indispensable part of the urban landscape. Their red, yellow and green beams guiding the flow of vehicles and pedestrians in cities large and small. The adoption of traffic lights was not without its challenges. Different countries and regions developed their own variations in design, placement and even color sequences. However, the underlying principle remained the same: to regulate traffic flow and enhance safety. As cities grew and traffic volumes increased, so too did the complexity of traffic management. Traffic lights evolved from simple timer-based systems to more sophisticated installations incorporating sensors, cameras and computer-controlled timing to optimize traffic flow. This evolution marked the beginning of a new era in traffic management, the rise of smart traffic systems.